He, unparalleled in swordsmanship, reigned undefeated in the martial world for over 80 years, yet he did not hesitate to exhaust his beastly essence, forcibly breaking through the immortal mirror. Just to win a bet, he took the arm of a demon warrior. This sentence seems to be a fragment and lacks context, which makes it difficult to provide a precise translation. However, if we try to translate the pieces of information given, we might end up with something like, a moment aside, the support of the young generation, rebirth from a severed arm. This is a literal translation and might not make much sense without further context. If you can provide additional details or clarify the intended meaning, I could offer a more accurate and idiomatic translation. And Suhan, having gained her favor, did not disappoint. About to embark on the Linglong Pavilion journey with the red-tip girl. Unexpectedly, the senior brother who came to greet became jealous. Turns out, your coworker has had his eye on Hong Jianqing for quite some time. The moment you see him, you're smitten and start cozying up to him. As for Hong Jian, bearing the great responsibility of the Yi family, he had no intention of idleness. He respectfully greeted all his senior brothers and sisters. Subsequently, they agreed to set out early the next morning for the Linglong Pavilion. At this point, the Marquis seized the opportunity to apologize for the fatigue caused by the journey and for having to escort the young lady. He also indicated that he had invited others to accompany the young heroes, so he could help alleviate some of their pressures on the road. The blonde Wenyan behind him, however, looked disdainful. Yes. With our fellow senior brother, the whole city's protection, plus the name of Linglong Pavilion, which short-lived ghost in the world would dare to have any ill intentions against us. And immediately, his colleague brother exclaimed, rebuking him. Yang, stop talking nonsense! This is going to be my future father-in-law's house. Xian then clasped his fists and, with a face expressing apologetic respect, said, My apologies, my lord, for any lack of discipline you have witnessed in the younger generation. Thank you for taking the trouble to introduce me. I am Xian Ning, the guard you have requested. Before the Marquis could even speak up, Su Han proactively stepped forward from the side. The young hero, named Su Han, is an old friend of mine. Later, let him accompany you to Linglong Pavilion. There are two purposes for this. First, he can protect Hong Jian, and second, once at Linglong, he can learn a thing or two through observation and experience. At this moment, Yin spoke again, disrupting Su Xiaoxia. What's so special about you that has earned you such high regard from the Marquis? If there's anything special to mention, it's just that he happens to be the future husband of Hong Jian. What? Husband? Son-in-law. Turning around, there she was, blushing red, looking shy and coy. Brother, I just can't hold it together anymore. Ran out of breath and passed out on the spot. This filled all the fellow disciples with murderous intent towards Su Han. Su Han couldn't help but curse inwardly, realizing that on this journey, he couldn't avoid their targeted hostility. At night, as the chill whispers, I've just laid down, ready to fall asleep. But unexpectedly, troubles have come knocking on your door. All I saw was his serious expression, shrouded in mystery. Come with me, I'll take you to a place. With that said, she walked towards the door without looking back. A completely baffled Su Han had no choice but to quickly catch up. Along the way, Hong Jian chose quiet, secluded paths, and didn't engage in any conversation with Su Han. This couldn't help but make him wonder if this young woman was plotting to murder her own father. After approximately half an incense stick's time, the child finally stopped walking. This place turns out to be the former site of the Tiansa mansion. Before he could even react, Su Han was already dumbfounded. Hong Jian directly pushed open the long-sealed gate. Someone wants to meet with you before you leave Chang'an. Su Heng looked around at the dilapidated state of the mansion and couldn't help but sigh. Once the epicenter of power for the great Zhou dynasty, now it has come to such a sorry state. Then, after a series of twists and turns, they ended up in a side room. She's inside, waiting for you. Go on in. Su Han's brows furrowed in worry, his mind filled with anxiety. But still mustering courage, he pushed open the bedroom door, and suddenly, a dagger was thrust towards him. Fortunately, Su Han was prepared and caught it with one hand. Before him sat a man in a long robe who spoke softly. You've arrived. The person's face was filled with worry as he looked up and down at Su Han. Sir, your way of greeting is indeed unique. Without saying much, the man invited Su Han to take a seat. Xianji asked again. Master, how have you been recently? Su Han responded as he always did. Dead. The man didn't speak, his brow furrowed even deeper. He fumbled for something in his pocket. Immediately after, he pulled out a jade pendant filled with cracks. This caused a somewhat uncomposed feeling to stir in Su Han's heart. This is the master's talisman. Once the jade pendant shatters, it signifies his demise. Similarly, Su Han also reached into his embrace. He pulled out a life talisman identical to his own. So, he ultimately went there after all? Upon hearing this, Su Han gave a nod. Kunlun, the realm of immortals, what exactly happened there? As for the vast sea, it has flowed past, and even Confucius would have taken it as his wife. Yet Su Han was ignorant of the underlying reasons. He only knew that once the master left, it was a matter of 9 deaths and a single chance of survival. Then, the tone suddenly changes. You want to see me, just for this matter. And the man, still in low spirits, heard Hong Jian say, Master, I have taken you as my disciple. Su Han nodded his head. So, when you went to the Linglong Pavilion, was it to treat your meridians or your arm? This made Su Han's mind tense. He wondered how well he actually knew himself. The man then continued to ask, Babe, where will you go after you get better? Su Han shook his head. No answer. And at that moment, the man suddenly made a gesture. 3 years, I can still hold Tian Sifu for you. 3 years. Just as Su Han was about to speak, the man cut him off. You should go now. In 3 years, no matter what you decide, I hope I can see you again. Afterwards, Su-hang closed the bedroom door, stepping out from inside. Gazing at the jade pendant in hand, I fell into deep contemplation. You said? The flowing waters of the vast sea that bestowed upon my arm are the key to unraveling mysteries, a stairway to the heavens, but they could also be the chains that drag me into the abyss. Then, what is the purpose of this identity of a Confucian disciple that you have given me? And on the way home with Han Jin. After a long silence, Su-han finally spoke up. Who exactly was that person just now? With a flash of red on her shoulders, she turns her head, her red lips part to utter a single word. Complete. Back to the dragon. Su-han. When he? His pupils dilated instantly. He is none other than the desert northern knife king, Yuan Guilong.